Problem solving. Everybody wants a nice and easy solution for their dog's behavioural or training issues. The thing is there's never a single layered solution. So all I'm doing right now is giving you guys a quick rundown of what to look at when you're looking for solutions with regards to your dogs. Okay, first of all, you've got management. Management is both the easiest and the most inconvenient of the solutions. This is physical barriers such as pens, gates, things that you might use to stop your dog from dashing out the door, things that you might use to physically stop your dog from pulling on the leash, things that you might use to stop your dog being able to see or hear triggers that set them off. So that is your management solutions. They're quick, but they're inconvenient, not something that you want to use for the rest of your dog's life. Then you've got basic obedience solutions. What I use in my system is something I call a toolbox 10. This is 10 basic commands that everybody should teach their dogs. Ethos, sit. Good. This is so that you can then instruct your dog on what to do in different situations to ensure their safety and the convenience of yourself and everybody else around you. Okay, it's not just about teaching your dog these commands, it's about actually knowing how to use them as an owner. For example, the dog goes to dash out the door and you'll be able to tell the dog to disengage, to come back to you and to lie down, and your dog will stay there until you say otherwise. That's your basic obedience. Then you've got your behavioural adjustment training. Behavioural adjustment's that next step. Okay, this means that you don't necessarily need to tell your dog what to do in the situations. You set up a situation and then sculpt your dog's decision making to make sure that in a real life situation they make that same decision. Okay, so an example of that would be the door dashing again. You would then teach your dog that when the doorbell rings, that means that they've to go to bed. That's very much Pavlovian. So to do that, you would sculpt it so that the doorbell will ring as you tell your dog to go to bed. You'll get your dog to stay and your dog will be rewarded. Over many repetitions and shaping that to become a more realistic and more comprehensive behavioural adjustment training, you will then get that solution. Okay? And last but not least is concept training. Concept training is tackling the root cause. This is both the most effective but also the most tedious of the solutions, simply because sometimes it's difficult to actually see why this works. So a lot of people just don't even bother doing it even when they're told. So for example, if your dog is barking at the doorbell, that is both a noise trigger and an anxiety. So we would use games to actually create more optimism and more confidence in your dog. We would also use exercises to actually bring your dog to the point where that noise no longer bothers them at all. And when this is the case, you don't need to expect your dog to do anything when the doorbell goes, because they're not even going to react, and it just becomes part of life.